Okay, so in this quick video, I wanted to show you how you can quickly get started with your own NPM packages. Now, I get this question a lot, which is how do I create a React package library, something that you can share and use in your project? And in this video, we're going to be doing is getting up and running very quickly and easily with our own custom React package, because I'm personally building my own custom package right now, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to share some of what I'm doing, but also let you know exactly how to do it. Now, this is going to be the easiest possible method to get up and running. So let's get started first and foremost by using something called Create React Library. If you've used Create React App, you'll know that it's a utility to easily get up and running with a React app. Now, Create React Library is a very similar kind of thing, though it's not officially a Facebook package or anything. But what it does is it gets you set up with a lot of common utilities and tools that you want to have in these kind of projects. It gets rid of all of the painful parts about setting any of this stuff up, and it even gets you a test site to test your stuff out on. So it comes with, I'm just looking at the docs page here. Let me pull it open here so you can see. It comes with a CLI. It bundles CJS and EJS modules, so you don't have to, or modules, so you don't have to worry about making those available. It uses Rollup. It uses Babel, Jest, and it has the ability to add CSS and a bunch of stuff, optional support for TypeScript if you want it, source map creation. This thing is awesome. Okay. So to get started, we need to run npx create react library. Okay. Now, the reason why we're using npx is because this way you don't have to globally install this thing. Now, to use npx, you need to be on one of the later versions of npm. You can find out what version you're on if you do npm v. I'm on 6.9. So we're on a nice version of npm here to be able to go ahead and do npx create react library. Now, I created one called fresh forms, and if you have this suffix here to the end of this command, this is going to be, I don't technically know if that's officially a suffix or what, but we have this command that we can add, and at the end of this is going to be the name of your package. So let's just say this is going to be level up toggle. I'm not making a toggle component, at least not in real life. But if we wanted to have a level up toggle, you can do npx create react library toggle. Now at this point, it's going to give you some options here. It's going to install and fetch all this stuff, and it's going to get you up and running. Now, I love CLIs like this. Why do I love CLIs like this? Because who wants to set up all this stuff? I don't know a ton of people who do, and it just makes it really nice and easy. Now, at this point, you can give your package name. You can always change this. So if you just hit enter here, it's going to accept the one that you used initially. Package description, we can say a fake lib, okay? The GitHub handle is level up tuts. So it's already there. So the GitHub repo path, it does a nice job of filling all the stuff in for you. You can even choose your license. MIT is fine. And then which package manager. Now, I use Yarn for all my stuff. So I'm going to say Yarn. And I want to do default. We're not going to get into TypeScript. If you're a TypeScript user, you'll know what to do. Just hit TypeScript. And at this point, it's going to get you set up. Now, this thing is awesome. Just wait till you see how fast everything is set up for you. It's just great. So not only do we have this really nice CLI with like helpful information. Yeah, I don't know how many times you've used a CLI and it's just output a bunch of errors. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, great. Well, now I have to fix this thing. In this particular case, everything just runs and installs and just works. Trademark, just works. So let's just watch this install and let's get ready to go once it's done. Now here we get some instructions where you can change directories into your package. So we can do level up toggle. And inside of here, we can do yarn start. Now, what's great is that we don't even have to do yarn to install the packages. We just have to do yarn start. Now, what this is doing is it's building the package, the node package. So we have a node package and it's building it for us. And then if we do another tab in the same directory, let me bump up the font size. One of the cooler aspects, let me make this full screen now that we have more. One of the cooler aspects of this whole thing is that it gives us an examples folder. So sure, we have the built package now that we could just use. But let's say we wanted to test it out before we're even ready to throw it into a project. You can do cd example, and then we can do yarn start again. And this is actually going to give me some guff because I have things running on port 30 already. So that's okay. That's okay. All we have to do is just say yes. And luckily for us, create React app, which is what this is built in, is going to just know. It's just going to say, hey, no worries. We'll put you on this. Check it out. We have a new React component. This is it. This is a component library. If you wanted to, you could publish this thing to NPM. Now, I'm going to be following this video with a couple more videos, one of which is we're going to show you how to use this in a real project. I'm going to be throwing this into the development branch of Level Up Tutorials, just so you can see me using this local package in my live site, and then we'll eventually get into publishing. Now, I won't get into publishing for a little bit because I'm creating a library myself, and I want to show you this library and sort of the process that I'm going through as I create it. So that will come later, but in the next video, we're certainly going to be showing you how we can drop this component directly into a real project. Okay, so this is our test example. Let's fire this thing up, and I'm using VS Code. Let's fire this up in VS Code to see what we get. So everything, I'm just going to grab the entire Level Up Toggle folder and throw it into VS Code here. I think I have my font size nice and big-ish, so we should be able to see it. I always get a lot of comments, people asking about fonts and stuff like that. The font that we're using is Dank Mono, and the color scheme is Synthwave 84, I believe. It's Synthwave something. Just Google Synthwave. So inside this package, you'll see we have our example folder. The example folder is just a straight up Create React app. And the cool thing is it automatically imports your component in app.js, example component. Here it is. Okay, so that's pretty cool. That's the example folder. Dist is going to be the distribution. This is the one that people are going to be using when they're actually using your package. We don't need to be in that folder. All of our time is going to be spent essentially in the source folder, or maybe writing tests or something, but primarily in the source folder. And inside of here, you'll see we have a standard index, which is going to create our example component, and it has a default class. Now from here, you can simply go nuts, right? You can do anything in here, and you can create folders. You can do this as just like a normal React project. And then whenever you're ready to use it, you can import directly, just like we are doing in app.js in this Create React app. So this little system that I put together for you is just fantastic. Gets you up and running in no time, and it takes all of the guesswork and all of the pain points out of this thing. I love this. I'm a huge, huge fan. And because we have this example one that I'm just, as an example, let me show you one that I've been working on. This is a new form library I'm working on. It's nothing really crazy just yet, but we're building a form API, and it's a form library that we're going to be using on Level Up Tutorials ourselves. So we might as well turn it into a package and let the community use it as well. So I have, you can see here, the same stuff because we're using the same package. In my source, I have a fields folder because these are, this is like a select field. We have the general field that can use different types of fields. And then we have our index, which is going to be the form component itself. So I actually am exporting default as field for my field to make field available out of index.js. I'm also exporting const form here to make form available as well. If we want to see this being used, you can always head to app.js in our Create React app, and you can see I am importing form and field from Fresh Forms. Now, Fresh Forms is not the final name. It's going to change here. And I'm passing in some stuff, and check this out. This is the form API we're going with. I'm going to do a whole nother video on this itself because I think this is a really cool way of doing things. And this is my form API. And if you wanted to see my Create React app that this outputs, I'll show you right now. Let's pop this over here. And here it is. Here it is. Yo, that's fresh. Okay, so really basic form library right now. But as you can see, submitting gets us the data, cancel clears everything, and it's a very basic API. So this is just the start of things. This is a node package that I'm creating, and hopefully you'll follow along as I continue to improve it. Maybe you can provide suggestions or helps, or this thing is going to be open source, so commits and all that good stuff if you're interested in working on a form library with a dead simple API. Like when you look at this API that you're looking at right now, I don't want it to get any more complex than this. I want it to be dead simple. Okay. So this is how you create your own NPM library for React, a React components-based library. And with this tool, you can get up and running in a literal minute. I mean, you saw how fast that was. So no camera tricks used or anything, and this is how you do it. So check it out. Get working, make some stuff. And if you want to open source it, you want to share it, let me know. I'll share it in the comments, post it. I'll tweet it out. I'll do any of that stuff. I'm interested in the kind of stuff you're creating because this is just too easy. It's too easy to create a package library. And I think I might create a few more after I finish this forums one. So thank you so much for watching and follow along. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you can use this in a real project. For instance, we're going to fire this up in Level Up Tutorials. So as always, this is Scott Tolinski. If you would like to be learning more of this kind of stuff, that is React, JavaScript, anything in general here, head on over to leveluptutorials.com. There is an endless amount of tutorial courses with a new one released every single month. You can see DevTools and Debugging is the latest course, which let me tell you is such an essential part of your toolkit. You need these skills. Now the course coming July 31st is Gatsby e-commerce, which we dive into Stripe, Shopify, and all sorts of stuff using Gatsby, and it serves as a great introduction to e-commerce with a headless platform. After that, we're going to be getting into a little bit more of Gatsby and Shopify. So August is going to be Gatsby and Shopify exclusively. We're going to be building a big old e-commerce site. It's going to be intense. So follow along and head over to leveluptutorials.com, sign up to become a pro. And if you pay for the year, you get 25% off. So make that happen and support more free content. As always, I'd like to create more of these free videos for YouTube, just showing off some stuff like this. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.